Hello everyone, and welcome to a very special holiday episode of Sippin' with Stephen. I'm going to have two of my colleagues from the Frazier History Museum who are directly involved in our bourbon tasting expressions here at the museum to give you a little reason why you need to come to the Frazier and start your bourbon excursions here. To my right is one of my colleagues, Heidi Janes, and say hello, Heidi.
Hi, I'm Heidi.
And Heidi is the senior manager of operations, but she also, more importantly, runs the daily tastings here at the Frazier. And the thing that we do here that I think gives us a unique offering to the public is we have things from the individuals up through small groups to motor coaches. Heidi, if you would be so kind as to let the Sippin' with Stephen audience know what we offer here on a daily basis, including since the last time you were on the show, I should have said welcome back,
Yes.
is a new tasting experience that you crafted called Kentucky Hug. So if you would let the folks know what we offer here on a daily basis, I think that's a great place to start.
Okay, sounds good. So we offer tastings here daily. They're usually on the hour, and you can check our schedule online, and you can pre-book them or buy them at the door when you come in. And we offer a wide range of tastings, everything from like an hour-long class session with our Ready, Set, Go experience. We have our craft your own cocktail where you get to be hands-on and make your own old-fashioned, which you've participated, or you lead them too, yeah.
Very fun.
Sometimes. And then we have our Flight Club, which is our blind tasting. So we can't tell you what we taste in that one, but we really break down the flavor and you try to guess it. And then like Stephen mentioned, we just launched a new one this fall called Kentucky Hug. No, we don't actually physically hug you unless you want to. That's up to you. Yeah. But no, we really focus on why Kentucky makes all the bourbon we make and just kind of that lore and history of bourbon in Kentucky. You know, there's a lot of different theories and histories, so we try to touch base on each of those and just kind of explain a little bit more to you about that. And we kind of, with that one, the bourbons kind of rotate. And right now, all the bourbons that are in that all have the name Kentucky in them. And of course, you leave with a good Kentucky hug.
I find that fantastic. That is one of my favorite tastings that we do because it incorporates the history and the lore with the actual tasting and allows those folks who are leading it to kind of get in and have some conversation. And I think if I was one who has participated, that leaves a great experience that you get.
It does for sure. It definitely that one's probably one of my favorite ones too. I love that one.
Because it's the one you did?
It's the one I did, yeah. I like creating them. And that one's the one I've created solely by myself. But another cool thing about our tastings is that all of our bourbons, we can go across brand, we can get all different distilleries in there. So you kind of really get to compare and contrast, drinking one from a distillery that might be, across the state from another one and really kind of get those different tones and flavors in there.
What I like to tell people all the time is here at the Frazier, we're here selling the industry. All of our distillery partners who we love are there to sell their brand and tell their story. And we encourage folks to go to their places and find their story firsthand. What we do here is sell the industry and give you a great overview before you go to your next stop. And like with Heidi and all the staff that offers during the daily tastings, you will be seeing in a later part of this video, my colleague Kevin Bradley talking about the revised Spirit of Kentucky exhibit, and I will also be talking about what I call my Tiny Tours program, groups of 8 up to 15, or larger motor coach tours and tastings that allow everybody from the single person up to a large group to come to the Frazier and have a really great experience. So on behalf of Heidi and myself and Kevin, who will come a little bit later, we want to wish you the happiest of holidays and a Merry Christmas, and we will be looking forward to the next segment and seeing all of you all here at the Frazier soon. Hello everyone, the gentleman to my right is Kevin Bradley, and Kevin's got a great story to tell folks coming to the Frazier from the educational side of bourbon. Kevin, why don't you let them know all the wonderful things that can be experienced here at the Frazier from an educational standpoint?
Yeah, well, thank you all. My name's Kevin Bradley. I'm the Stories of Mind Administrator here at the Frazier History Museum. I am also a bourbon historian. How I got that title is beyond me. A lot of college loans, I would say. But one of the things that I'm going to be offering now through whenever they tell me to stop is the Hidden Stories in Bourbon Tour. Our Spirit of Kentucky tour here in Frazier History Museum, I'm going to be offering a Hidden Stories tour that explores a lot of the things you're not going to hear at distilleries. It's going to explore things from prohibition, from temperance, and from people that you may not know about, or the fact that one of the largest names in bourbon and or whiskey came from an enslaved man.
Well, you know what this tells me then, Kevin? The people who have been here before and have gone through a guided tour of Spirit of Kentucky, there's a whole new world of knowledge that they can come and experience that they may or may not have only got little snippets of before. So that is absolutely fantastic news. I'm excited. Tell me how did this come about, or when are we going to start offering this, I should say?
Actually, we just started offering this about a week ago.
Do tell.
We do. Every Friday at 11 a.m. I am offering this tour. It is free of charge to those who get admission to the museum. And it's a tour. It takes about 20 minutes to go through. We're going to talk about a lot of fun things based on your interests. My background is in bourbon and bourbon history. I wrote my master's thesis on Black Americans in bourbon. But I found out a lot of fun, interesting things that a lot of distilleries aren't going to tell you.
Well, what I've found out with bourbon, since I do tours here as well, one of the greatest aspects of this is the interaction we get from guests. And you never always know where that's going to come from. You know the material you want to cover, but you never know what somebody else is going to ask. And it sounds like this is going to offer all kinds of opportunity for people to come up with suggestions that will piggyback on what you're presenting, but also open up a whole new line of questioning and exploration.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, that is absolutely fantastic. One other component that I want to tell you what we can do here at the Frazier, thank you, Kevin, for your input and for what you're going to be offering, is what I do as group sales manager here and offering our tiny tours and our group tours. I offer tours from as small as 8 people up to motor coaches, and groups can come in here. They can have a guided tour, they can have a tasting, they can experience Kevin's new tour. All these different things that fit into the amount of time that they have that are all here at the Frazier, and then they also can take in the rest of the museum and all that it has to offer as well. So as Heidi said previously, we have something for groups that are smaller than 8. I carry from 9 up to whatever, and then you have this hidden treasures. What's the correct term?
It's the hidden stories.
Hidden
in bourbon.
stories in bourbon.
Yes.
So there is something from the novice to the bourbon enthusiast, and we just want people to know this, that as they're coming in and doing their bourbon experience, we would be remiss, or I would be remiss if I didn't tell folks, as I bang that drum, that there are currently 13 distilleries or tasting rooms within 2 miles of the Frazier.
Not even
So
that.
come in here, you can have a tasting, go across brands, small group, it's an outing for a birthday, an anniversary, whatever it may be, or a large church group, whatever. Come in, experience the whole history of bourbon and why it starts here at the Frazier, and then take in everything from cool Kentucky to Lewis and Clark and everything else that the Frazier has to offer. So that is kind of that in a nutshell, as Austin Powers would have said. And what we are now going to do is, since it is the season, is wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Well,
absolutely, but I'm going to interrupt you.
Please.
Because it's nice to be on this side of the camera.
Yeah.
Because
I didn't introduce Kevin. He is also my cameraman. My main cameraman, my other cameraman, Mick, who wrote my walk-up music, is filming us today. Yes. Shout out to Mick Sullivan. But
it's nice to be on this side of the camera and actually be able to hear you and actually be on this side and actually do the toast.
Well, we are going to do a toast, and it is nice to have your expertise and your knowledge made known to people who are out there watching this video or coming to the Frazier, because you are one of the most knowledgeable people on the subject who people may not necessarily know given the nature of what your full-time position is. Kevin does tastings on Thursday. I do them on Tuesdays. So the general public can see us from time to time, but it's basically happenstance or luck when that happens. So we are going to grab
just a random,
a Glencairn full of Kentucky champagne.
Yes.
We are going to raise our glass to the holidays, to the Frazier, to what we offer here, and to all the people that want to come and check us out. So, Kevin, what do we say? Cheers. Merry Christmas.
Cheers. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Prost. There you go.